Long before the world was fully mapped, beyond rivers that shimmered like silver, there stood a kingdom called Earthwind. It was a land of golden fields, ringing bells, and laughter carried gently by the wind. For generations, its people had known only peace, until the night the sky broke. A blazing star tore, burning brighter than the sun, before crashing into the northern mountains. The earth trembled, rivers recoiled, and from the crater, darkness began to spread. Crops withered overnight. Animals fled their homes. Entire villages fell silent. Travelers whispered of shadows that moved without bodies, and voices that spoke directly into fearful hearts. The king summoned warriors from every corner of the realm, yet none dared face what had fallen from the sky. None, except one. Sir Kalen was not the strongest knight, nor the most famous. His armor was scratched, his shield faded. But he possessed something rarer than strength. When others hesitated, he stepped forward. Inside the great hall, while generals argued, Kalen knelt before the throne. "My king," he said, "I will go north." The king's voice was heavy. "You understand what waits there. No rider has returned." Kalen's reply was firm. "If no one rides out, the kingdom is already lost." Silence filled the hall. The king rose slowly and handed him an ancient sword. "This blade," he explained, "is said to shine only for the truly brave." Kalen drew it slightly. It did not glow. Not yet. His journey carried him into the verdant hollow, a forest older than memory. Mist coiled around the roots like ghostly fingers. On the third night, he heard crying. Following the sound, Kalen found a small, frost-colored fox caught in an iron trap. Freeing it would cost precious time, yet he knelt anyway. "Easy now," he whispered, "you're safe." He pried open the trap. The fox did not run. Instead, it gazed into his eyes and seemed to speak without words, a thought entering his mind. "You chose kindness when haste would have been easier." Kalen simply replied, "Then, perhaps, kindness is the faster road after all." The fox vanished, leaving behind a single silver feather. That night, Kalen learned that bravery is not just the will to fight, but the refusal to let your heart grow cold. For a moment, the sword flickered faintly. Ahead, a massive canyon split the earth, its bottom swallowed by darkness. Only a narrow bridge of ancient roots crossed it. Halfway across, a thunderous voice rose from below. "Turn back, knight. None who cross this bridge find what they seek." From the abyss emerged a towering guardian of stone and storm. "Answer me this," it boomed. "What is heavier, crown, or a promise?" Kalen thought of the frightened villages, the empty homes. "A promise," he answered. "A crown rests upon the head, but a promise is carried in the soul." The guardian stepped aside. As Kalen reached the far side, the sword glowed brighter than before. Near the mountains stood a village untouched by fire, yet abandoned. Inside a small chapel, a young girl clutched a candle that refused to stay lit. They went toward the mountain. She trembled. Something called them. Kalen couldn't chase the vanished, but he could protect the living. He escorted the girl to a caravan heading south. She looked up at him. "Why help me, when your quest is so important?" He replied gently, "Saving a kingdom begins with saving one life." When he turned back toward the mountains, the sword burst into radiant light. At last, Kalen reached the crater. At its center floated a jagged shard of the fallen star, pulsing like a dark heart. Shadows spiraled outward, and from them emerged a towering figure cloaked in night. "I am the fear your people tried to bury," it hissed. "And now I will consume their light." Visions flooded Kalen's mind, the kingdom collapsing, fields turning to ash. His knees nearly buckled. Then he remembered the fox, the guardian, the girl. Fear was real, but so was choice. "I am afraid," he said, his voice steady, "but I came anyway." The sword erupted into brilliant gold. With a cry that carried every ounce of his courage, he charged. Light clashed against shadow. Each doubt strengthened the darkness. Each act of hope shattered it. With one final strike, Kalen drove the glowing blade into the star. The darkness shattered like glass. Warmth rolled across the land, and for the first time in many days, the dawn returned. When he returned home, the people did not cheer at first. They simply stared at the light that seemed to follow him. The king offered riches and titles, but Kalen asked for something else. "Build roads to forgotten villages," he said. "Strengthen the bridges. Care for those who stand alone. Let courage belong to everyone, not just knights." Years later, children would play with wooden swords, pretending to be Sir Kalen. But the elders told them the truth. He was not brave because he felt no fear. He was brave because he walked forward with fear beside him and chose hope anyway. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like and subscribe for more.